and the Julia Styles. So my first question is, how long have you been a band?
So, myself, Katie, and Nate have been a band for about 10 years now. And Evan has been playing us 7 of the 10 years? 6 of the 10 years now?
Something like that, yeah. I joined on a few years after you guys started, so maybe like 5 or 6.
Yeah, when we moved up to the city, so we picked up Evan.
Numbers aren't really our strong suit.
That's true. Fun fact, we actually got Evan as a drummer from Craigslist.
Yeah.
Oh.
So you can find your friends on Craigslist. Just kidding, don't, well,
Is
be,
that
be
advice?
cautious. Be cautious.
Be cautious?
Be smart.
But think about it?
Well, because you end up with people like me, so that's, I mean, they put up with me, so.
You make it easy when you can play drums.
Well.
So are you working on any upcoming projects?
Right now, we're just working on getting this album out, getting this album promoted. We usually do a writing retreat in the winter. When we actually wrote Schrodinger, we sealed ourselves in a church for a weekend and wrote nonstop through it and ended up with this album on the other end of it. So we're hoping for sure, I think the plan is to do that again this winter.
Yeah.
And see what comes out.
Awesome. Who is your biggest inspiration?
Me personally?
Yeah.
Or our band?
I mean, you could do both.
I mean, we draw pretty heavily on Five Iron Frenzy, historically.
Mm-hmm.
We have our roots in bands like The Wedding, Vroom, Panic at the Disco, all kinds of...
Lots of drivey, turn of the 90s and late or mid 2000s.
Yeah.
Punk rock. But yeah, personally, I guess I draw off a lot of influence. I mean, so many different drummers. I just go for the drummers who kind of sit in the song, really. I won't toot my own horn as being one of the most talented drummers, but I really love the guys who can sit in a song and really kind of emphasize that. So, while drawing off of what talent they have. So,
right.
I think Ringo is probably like the biggest example that everybody mentions, but I mean, there are so many different drummers out there.
Right. Awesome. What's your favorite song to play live?
I think Sleep Drunk's really fun. I like that song a lot. I think it's got an awesome rhythm to it. It's got a nice groove.
Yeah, I mean, it changes for me, whether we're in the practice room or out here. More recently, I really have liked Sleep Drunk a lot too. I think it's mostly just because it's just so grouchy. There's a lot of stomping around that I get to do, which is fun for me. And during the kind of like the out chorus bridge into everything else, I actually get to sing along and yell a little bit myself, which I'm not normally privileged to do. So that's fun for me.
Okay. Your funniest band experience?
Evan?
Thanks. Yeah, he found this one off on me. So, I mean, it's so hard to say because we have so many great memories.
Right.
And they draw off of years of experience even before me. But, I mean, the practice room is always just a big joke, whether we're, driving each other nuts. We all have certain little things that we'll do or say that'll drive the rest of us insane. Nate really loves to play a certain lick on the guitar, the beep, boop, 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 boop. And then that gets, we've got like a mandate on him for one time per practice, right? He can only do that once.
Yeah, pretty much.
So he has to use that up, but we're constantly joking around, messing with each other. So I mean, there's so many to draw off on. It's hard to say, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no big story that comes to my mind, at least initially.
Yeah, I mean, I think probably some of the best ones, I mean, the ones that I laugh at the most are the mistakes that we made. Do you remember the basement show in North St. Paul that we played? And it was just crammed full of all those kids, and it was just so hot and sweaty. And I think for like the first 3, maybe 4 songs we played, there was like that crazy feedback that only the audience could hear. And so we were just like rocking out and smashing around, and it's so loud. And then as soon as we stopped playing, because we just cut into each song, it's like boom, 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 next song. And then finally we stop, and there's like this And everyone else is like this, and we're like, has that been going the whole time? And they just look back at this and like,
Yes.
yes, it has. So those are the things that I look back on and laugh the most, just because you learn from your mistakes, but
Right.
oftentimes, if it wasn't you, then you would be laughing along anyways.
Well, those end up being the funniest, especially when you have no control. I
Right.
mean, one of our earliest shows as a band, we were playing in the Club 3 Degrees tournament, and you weren't here for this, Ev.
No.
You probably heard about it.
No, yeah, I think I know where you're
we
going.
had these huge rock boxes. They were probably 2 feet,
Right.
foot and a half.
Yeah.
They were tall.
Mhm.
Like, they'll smack you right in the shins. But stood up on this thing. We go in 30 seconds to our first song. I pop up on the box. I yell out to the crowd, "You guys ready to rock?" And I jump off, and I go on the downbeat of my bass, and my guitar strap snaps off, and my bass guitar slams the bottom of the stage. And we're going, and we're being judged for all this.
Mhm.
So I throw my foot up on the box and kind of hold it, and I'm kind of playing and keep singing through. And
Right. Make it look like it's on purpose.
luckily, I mean, we were able to get another strap. But it's stuff like that in hindsight you end up making the biggest jokes,
As a
memories from.
Right. As a local group, you try so hard to be professional, but then you have those moments where it's just like, oh yeah, that's right. I'm still working on this and perfecting my craft, and accidents are going to happen
Right.
regardless how many shows you play. So.
We've had more power outages than I can count.
Oh.
Generator failures and things like that. So.
Okay. All right, last question. So if a penguin walked into the room right now wearing a sombrero, what would he say and what would his reason be to be here right now?
You're the imaginative one. You're the lyricist. Let me see. What would he say?
I would imagine that he would be offering tacos. That would be my
Right.
But it would have to be like beef.
fish tacos.
Yeah, fish tacos, right?
Of
Because
course.
like chicken tacos, that'd be like, that's my cousin. So it'd have to be like poultry friendly or
Right.
something that he would love.
Well, thank you guys for letting us interview you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
thank you
thank you
so
very
much.
much.
Thanks for having us, and
Yeah.
thanks for letting us play.
Yeah,
It's been a
no
blast.
problem.